Hi everyone, I'm John Ennis. My wife Ruth Brown is out of town this week, so I'm going to be doing the recaps by myself. So what we're going to do is first we're going to recap week 1 of August 2013, which was 20s Charleston. We'll do the level 2 recap now. So in level 2 we worked on a lot the pulsing on every beat, and in Charleston a lot of the time we are on 1 foot for 2 beats. So we did a series of kind of drills to work on making sure that we're pulsing on every beat, that our heels are hitting the ground on every beat. And so for starters, we just want to be going down on every beat. Just basically relaxing our heels into the ground on every beat. And then we worked on walking around. So for this, what we did is we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this kind of jaunty walking. So you can see that what's going on here is that every time I step, my heel is hitting twice. We did that backwards too, so backwards looks like this. Alright, so you can work on that. Then what we did is we did some changes of direction. So for this, we would be, say, maybe we'll take 3 steps forward. So we've got bounce, 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 and then we did a touch. And when I do this touch forward, I'm going to bounce twice on the foot I'm standing on. So I'm going to use that touch, the touch, to change direction. So if you look at my bounce here, what you'll see is bounce, 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 bounce. Okay, going backwards is the same thing. So if I go this way, and then I'm going to do a touch backwards, I'll do a touch backwards at the end. It would be like this. So I'd have bounce, 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 touch, bounce, 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 touch, bounce, 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 and then we walked around. We're just working on keeping this double bounce. Okay, so we partnered up. We worked on being in close position, so we're not in close embrace, but we have, I would say, kind of generic 20s Charleston is a little bit of a soft ballroom position, where the follower is going to look over the leader's right shoulder. So the follower is looking this way. We are parallel to each other. We're not in a V. I'm going to have my hands at about shoulder blade height, but relaxed. Okay, we're not going with like a artificial ballroom stance, just kind of like a soft ballrooming position. In that position, then we can just we worked on walking forwards and backwards. So with a partner, if the guy's walking forwards, the girl's going to walk backwards, or if the leader's walking forwards, the follower's going to walk backwards, and vice versa. So if we have the lead walking forward, when we do the touch, now the lead's going to walk backwards and the follower's going to walk forwards. Okay? So we worked on that. We walked around a little bit, just worked on turning. Ideally what we want is we want it to be the case that the lead is clear when he's changing direction, when the lead is changing direction. So we've got, at some point, the lead stops himself and goes back the other way. Okay? I'm trying to use gender-neutral language, but I have to say the English language doesn't cooperate very well since there is no gender-neutral singular pronoun. So I guess I'll just say he because that's why I have it. So, all right. Then we worked on the Jaybird. So we talked about how Charleston was invented from a dance called the Jaybird, which was an animal dance in the 20s, together with an African dance called Juba or patent Juba. So Juba, people just walking around like this, doing all kind of patting on their body and whatnot. I'm not a Juba expert, but that's my understanding. And then the Jaybird was a dance that contributed to the Charleston Twisties. Now, it's hard to find material on the Jaybird, but my understanding, the basic idea is that you're flapping your wings while you're doing your Charleston Twisties. So something like this is the Jaybird. And you just walk around. I personally think it makes sense to go up on 1, down on 2. So when I flap down, that's when my heels turn out. So in my basic Charleston Twisties, what I have is in on 1, out on 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now if I start to bring the twisties into that, what we'll have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was a tricky thing to work out, but that was the basic idea of my Jaybird. Ruth found it easier to do the opposite, which was that when her feet were in, when her feet were out, her arms were out. So she was going, Ruth found it easier to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So kind of a jumping jack jaybird. I really don't think it matters. The jaybird is just an idea, something fun to do in the 20s Charleston. Maybe it's a fast song and you just want to be goofy and mess around. You can just do some of this. It doesn't really matter whether the elbows are up or down on 1 or 2, as long as the wings are flapping and the feet are doing twisties. But for Charleston, I would say that we need to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we're doing our Charleston, we're going to have this action. So that's certainly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you work on your Charleston twisties, in on 1, out on 2. Okay. For now, I would say also work on your pulsing on every beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eventually in level 3 we'll do something more advanced, but I think that's the basic Charleston twisty. Okay, that's it. We look forward to seeing everyone next Thursday. And big announcements also. The 3rd Saturday of August, so August 17th, from 4 to 6, David and Chelsea Lee are going to come down from DC. They're going to teach the Peabody. The Peabody was this kind of funny, fast dance. It kind of involved a lot of running around like this with a partner that went on in the Savoy Ballroom in the 20s and even later. So they're going to teach that workshop. Details are on Dancing with My Soul. Also, this is the huge news. On 3rd Saturday, now every 3rd Saturday in Richmond, we're going to have live music at the dance space. The dance is called the Our Town Strutters Ball. It's $10 for the general public. It's $5 if you're in a level 2 or 3 class, and it's free if you're in level 1. So we expect this dance to be extremely successful and to be a really great monthly event in Richmond. So we look forward to seeing you guys at future classes, dances, workshops, and take care.